Okay, this is my test to try and figure out the lance damage eventually for Spirited Charge. I have a base lance that's +2 flaming, and it's two-handed if you're unmounted. So that's this right here. And so if I do that damage, that's going to do fire and it's regular damage. You can ignore the resisted. And if I create a critical by holding shift, it triples the base damage, doesn't mess with the fire, works correctly. So next, let's do lance regular mounted, in other words, no feet, one-handed, since you're allowed to do that, and that changes your strength multiplier to 1 instead of 1.5. What I set up was the regular D8 with ×3 crit, the same fire, but then I added another D8 for the doubling effect of mounted charge. So that should work. So there's 2d8 plus the 6 fire. Then if you hold the shift key for critical, I should get two extra d8s, which I do. Still get the 1 for mounted. Works correctly as far as I can tell. Then if I go to Spirited Charge, you get another d8. That should be 2 times strength, right? Because you're doubling it, so you're getting your strength twice and you're getting your bonus to your weapon twice. But none of that will critical. So when we do that, that would be Lance Spirited Charge one-handed. So your regular is going to be that 3d8 plus your d6 fire. And if I critical it, it should be 2 extra green dice, which it is. And then if I move to two-handed, you can two-handed a lance on horseback, which gets your multiplier at 1.5, which means nothing major different there. Otherwise, it's just the strength. So that's here. Again, should work with the critical. And then, so this is going to be ×2, so that would be 3. 1.5 times 2 would be 3, so that would be a 3 times strength. And that's the Spirited Lance, two-handed charge. And then critical should just be 2 extra green dice. There you go. That would do it, but that involves having, in the Lance's case, 5 copies of the weapon. These on the right-hand side aren't going to add anything to it. You could come in here during and just keep it under preparation and turn these off until you are mounted. And obviously, if you have Spirited Charge, you're not going to need Mounted Charge because it kind of supersedes that. So you could run it with these 2 extra weapons. And if you had other weapons you were going to use in Spirited Charge, you could do the same thing. And then when you're in combat, you're only going to see that until you're ready to do charging.